Don't just see your blood type as a simple mark on your ID. That single letter actively influences the way you might eventually die. Do you consider O positive a universal donor status, meaning you're safe? That common belief is actually a dangerous myth. If you possess type O blood, you carry a specific biological vulnerability. Every blood type holds unique, hidden dangers you must know. This isn't about astrology. It's grounded in real biology. A substantial study, published in the Journal Neurology, tracked over 30,000 people. It found your blood type directly predicts risks of cognitive decline. Meanwhile, the American Heart Association's research demonstrated non-O blood types face a much higher risk of heart failure. I'm not sharing this to instill fear. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain the specific hidden vulnerabilities within O, A, B, and AB blood types. I'll uncover the dangerous patterns you might be living with and, crucially, provide. These strategies will help you neutralize them. Forget confusion. Here's the raw scientific truth that could save your life. Without it, the protective solutions won't be logical. Picture your red blood cells resembling small tennis balls, gently floating down a stream. Their surface features tiny. Consider these antigens as biological Velcro. For type A individuals, you possess A-style Velcro. If you're type B, you carry B-style Velcro. However, if you're type O, you're naked. This distinction is crucial because smart bacteria and viruses have evolved to latch onto specific Velcro types. Should a virus possess a hook? Moreover, this Velcro dictates your blood's thickness, fundamentally determining whether your veins pump water or thick maple syrup. We'll begin with type O positive, the most prevalent. You might believe you have the strongest blood type, the original hunter-gatherer's blood. However, here's a twisted irony. Your blood is chemically slick. Because type O blood lacks sticky A or B antigens, you naturally have lower levels. Imagine this factor as the glue that seals a cut. Having less means your blood clots more slowly. This presents a double-edged sword. On one hand, you're almost immune to deep vein thrombosis and random clot-induced strokes. Yet, the downside is quite alarming. If you're in a car accident, undergo significant surgery, or experience traumatic injury, you face a substantially higher risk of hemorrhaging. You bleed out quicker than others, and trauma surgeons frequently. However, type O's immediate danger isn't physical trauma, it's what you eat for lunch. Type O blood cells feature something called the H antigen, which might sound technical but functions as a landing strip for bacteria. Nasty bugs like cholera, norovirus, and Helicobacter pylori, the bacteria causing stomach ulcers. It's almost as if they possess a master key for your intestines. This explains why you could potentially end up hospitalized with severe. You aren't physically weak. Your biology simply welcomed the bacteria. To safeguard yourself, understand that stomach acid acts as your primary shield, since your gut lining is. Therefore, steer clear of chronic antacid use, unless it's strictly essential. Should you feel stomach burning, don't dismiss it, as you're genetically. Additionally, when scheduling any surgery, including dental work, explicitly inform your doctor you're type O and bleed easily. This helps the team prepare extra clotting agents. Moving on, we explore type. While type O is slippery, type A is quite sticky, posing a significant issue in today's world. Type O blood contains abundant A antigens and elevated levels of cortisol. However, the primary concern here is hypercoagulability. This technical term means your blood has a tendency to clot readily. In ancient times, yet currently, you're not evading tigers. Instead, you're seated in a chair for 8 hours daily. When adhesive blood remains stationary, it tends to clump. This explains why type A individuals face a Your blood is inherently thicker, akin to pumping syrup through your circulatory system. I wish the concerning news for type A individuals ended with heart disease. However, epidemiological studies reveal a disturbing. Researchers theorize the A antigen influences cell adhesion and how your immune system signals inflammation, effectively fostering an environment for inflammation to thrive. The H. pylori bacteria previously discussed interacts with the A antigen, generating intense stomach inflammation. You absolutely cannot afford a sedentary lifestyle. Movement is your medicine because you need to circulate your syrup-like blood. Never sit longer than 45 minutes without getting up. This is more than mere advice. Or deep breathing, since you biologically release more cortisol, which physically thickens your blood even more. Embrace an anti-inflammatory diet, cutting out processed meats that fuel the fire, and concentrate on plant-based foods known to naturally thin your blood, such as ginger, garlic. Population and exhibits a uniquely fascinating yet hazardous profile. Originating in the Himalayan highlands, this blood type possesses a robust immune system. However, that strength is coupled with a peculiar vulnerability. Type B individuals often exhibit elevated levels of the body. While you might avoid type A's clots or type O's bleeding, you're susceptible to vascular inflammation. Imagine your arteries as a garden hose. Type B blood can roughen the inside and inflame it over time, resulting in peripheral artery disease and circulation problems in your hands and feet. Consistently cold hands could indicate this. A preferred target for specific pathogens such as Salmonella and E. coli. While type O suffers from norovirus, type B often experiences food poisoning from meats and eggs because bacteria utilize your B antigen to firmly attach to your gut lining, leading to infections that persist longer and strike hard. Sign of vascular problems. Exercise extreme caution with food hygiene, particularly concerning poultry and undercooked eggs. Consume nitric oxide-rich foods such as beets and leafy greens to help dilate those inflamed blood vessels and enhance circulation. Next, we cover the rarest positive type, AB positive, found in under, positioning you as the universal recipient for blood transfusions. Beneficial if you're injured. However, within your body, a peculiar trade-off exists. Research featured in the Journal Neurology, a study revealed an alarming statistic. Individuals with AB blood difficulties and memory impairment compared to other blood groups. What's the reason? It's linked to endothelial function, which describes how your blood vessels internally control themselves, since both antigens are. This is very similar to type A, yet paired with the B profile, which forms a viscous buildup within the brain's minute capillaries. Over many years, this inadequate blood flow can deprive brain cells of oxygen. For individuals with this type, engaging in brain games is essential. It's crucial to maintain active neural pathways and cardiovascular. Elevated blood pressure presents risks for all individuals, yet for those with AB blood, it hastens cognitive decline. Therefore, strive to keep your readings low. Now, we need to move into what's known as the negative zone, since if your blood type designation is marked with a minus sign, such as OABB or AB, from a biological standpoint, being Rh negative signifies that you lack a particular protein known as the rhesus factor, or Rh factor. If positive blood is like a house with a welcome mat, then negative blood resembles a house displaying a keep out sign. Problem emerges during pregnancy. If an Rh negative woman is expecting an Rh positive baby, her immune system might perceive her own baby as an alien threat. Her white blood cells are capable of traversing the placenta and targeting the fetus's red blood cells, a condition ROGAM injection, which masks the baby's blood cells so the mother's immune system doesn't detect them, thus transforming a fatal mismatch into a non-issue. Therefore, never bypass this discussion with your doctor. Yet, from a biological perspective, acting as a hero proves perilous, since although you can rescue everyone, hardly anyone is able to save you. You possess no antigens at all, meaning no A, no B, and no Rh factor, rendering you incompatible with everyone. This leads to a critical shortage scenario where, if you suffer blood loss in a severe accident, the hospital is unable to provide you with O plus A, B, or AB blood. They must locate that scarce. You also retain an increased susceptibility to intestinal issues and fluid loss from cholera and norovirus, making you more challenging to treat with transfusions if that fluid loss leads to organ failure. Smaller clinics might not carry sufficient O-negative blood for severe injuries, and you should consistently wear a medical ID bracelet indicating O-negative to save doctors valuable time. O-negative individuals face the heightened risk of viscous blood, coagulation, and heart disease, similar to A-positive types, yet with the compounding challenge of limited availability. You are effectively living with an elevated probability of requiring hospitalization because of clots, but a diminished likelihood of promptly locating compatible blood. B-negative individuals contend with dual threats: the susceptibility of the global population. Should this vascular damage necessitate surgery, locating a suitable donor becomes akin to finding a needle in an immense haystack. If you are planning a scheduled surgery, contribute your own blood several weeks beforehand and have the hospital keep it for you. This way, you won't need to depend on the uncertain public supply. Lastly, we have AB negative. You are effectively a biological anomaly, possessing the most perplexing immunological signature conceivable. You possess A and B antigens, but lack the Rh factor. This results in what research indicates are unpredictable immune most severe supply challenge, since you can only accept transfusions from other Rh-negative donors. In a large-scale emergency, you are often prioritized last for resources. A crucial safeguard involves Clotting, AB negative. He represents your living safety net, so keep him close. If you are type O, protect your gut and monitor for ulcers. If you are type A, stay active and prevent your viscous blood from remaining stagnant. For type B, manage inflammation and eat clean to safeguard your cognitive health with cardio. If you are Rh negative, wear an ID and remain ready. The medical system might view you as a number, but you are a unique biological entity. And now that you possess this blood type immediately to discover your blood community and see how many others